In this video, I'm going to show you how to do an oil change on this Honda Accord with a 3.5 liter V6 engine. Let's get started. From underneath the vehicle, let's drain the oil. If you look on the passenger side right here, you'll see your engine oil pan with the oil drain plug. In my case, I'm going to use a 19mm socket to break this free, although I don't believe that that is the original factory size. So if it's not a 19 for you, use whatever size fits on your drain plug. Break it free. Have a collection pan underneath to catch the fluid once you've removed the drain plug. Keep pressure on it as you unthread it so that when it's on the last thread, oil doesn't come splashing everywhere. You can control when it starts draining. There we go. Once it's down to a drip, you can plug this up. Thread the drain plug in all the way and snug it up. The torque for this drain plug is 29 foot-pounds. Now let's replace the oil filter, which you'll find on the passenger side right behind the wheel. You can access it from underneath, and typically you should be able to just remove it by hand, but sometimes they get a little bit stuck, so you might need an oil filter wrench. With the help of a wrench, loosen it up. Have a collection bucket underneath because it will leak once you remove it. There we go, just let it drain for a second and finish removing it. With this removed, inspect the surface here and make sure that no debris is in the way, but also that no gasket is left behind. That O-ring that sits on top of the filter, you want it off of here. Otherwise, when you put the new oil filter on, you could double gasket it and that will not seal up. It'll start shooting oil everywhere, and not only will it make a mess, but you lose oil pressure. So make sure that this surface is good to go, which it is, so we can get our new oil filter ready for installation. I prefer to fill up the oil filter as long as I can, and because this one mounts upright in the vehicle, it is possible to do so. This prevents a dry start from the filter being completely empty. So use some of that 5W20 oil, fill it up. This is what we'll be using to fill up the rest of the engine. Now you don't have to make it completely full, but putting some oil in there will help along. With a clean glove, I'm going to dip it right in this oil that's on top and lubricate the gasket. This will prevent it from sticking on in the future. Take your new oil filter, line it up, and thread it on. It should thread on nice and smoothly. If it doesn't, that likely means it's cross-threading. That's bottomed out right there, so I'm going to give it about half a turn after this, at most. There we go. By hand. You should not be using an oil filter wrench to tighten these. Just give it a half a turn by hand. That's plenty tight. Under the hood, on the front valve cover, you'll find your oil filler cap on one side and the oil dipstick on the other side. That's how we're going to measure the oil level once we're done filling it. Remove the oil filler cap, set it aside. I'm going to put in my funnel. Now the total capacity with the filter included on this engine is 4.5 quarts of oil. So count whatever you put in the filter and then add the rest of your 4.5 quarts. Once you've put in your 4.5 quarts, remove your funnel. Cap this off, and let's measure the oil level on the dipstick. Pull the dipstick out and wipe it off. What you want to look for is the oil level to be right at the top here. Anywhere in between the two dots means you have some more to add. If it's over, that means you've added too much oil. Dip it back in all the way down and bring it back up. If you look closely, you can see that the oil is right at the top, which is perfect. Now, if you haven't started your engine yet, it'll be a little bit higher, and then once you start it and let it sit for a little bit, let the oil go back down in the oil pan, and you measure it, it'll be right up here on the full line as long as you've added exactly 4.5 quarts of oil. Put the dipstick back in, turn the key to the on position. This will display your odometer and tripometer. And what you want to do is use this dial right here to cycle through all of the screens. And once you press it enough times, it'll show you your oil life. Once you get to this, hold that button. And after you hold it for a few seconds, the oil life should start flashing. There we go. Now, just a little quick note. These codes right here are maintenance codes. You can check your owner's manual or do a little bit of research to find out what they mean. This is actually code B1 and B2, not B12. There's no code B12 in here. So I'm going to hold this button down, and that will reset my oil life. There we go. Oil life is now 100% reset. So if we go out of this and then check it, it should say that the oil life has been reset. And there we go. So A is actually what your oil life is. The B codes are other services that need to be performed. So just a quick tip on that. Now that our oil life has been reset, we can exit this menu. And there you go. Shut the ignition off. Take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.